Now I want to talk about little children. Okay. Me and Jesus was talking about it this morning. All right. Something dawned on me, and this is why I want y'all to take notes and keep a journal. Okay. Joyce Myers is good at this. But this will help you if you can't remember things. Okay. Now, when Jabin was in preschool, preschool, he took me by the hand and led me across the street. Broad Street is a four-lane highway, four-lane street. There's two lanes going one way on one direction, two lanes going on the opposite side of the street. It's a four-lane street, and he was in preschool, and he thought he should lead me across the street. Now, I had Jabin when I was 20, so if he was 4, I couldn't have been more than 23 or 24 years old. Now, a friend of mine saw this, James Motley, and he said to me, Regina, that's bad. And I didn't listen to him. I didn't see what he was talking about. I couldn't see it at that time. Okay. Now, God calls these children the little commanders. Okay. They're babies, baby commanders. They're already bossy. They came here with a bossy personality. Okay. Now, Jesus calls them the little baby commanders. And he told me to write down something for you. I'm going to read it to you. Okay. And I seen online some toddlers had their cat cornered, bossing the cat around, telling little animals what to do. I asked God, I said, what do you think about that? This morning, a boy about 10 years old came into McDonald's with his mother. I assume that's his mother. Told her, you go in here, point to the women's restroom, tell her where to go. And then he went into the men's restroom. He came out the men's restroom and stood by the women's bathroom like he's in charge or something. And I asked God about it. I said, what do you think about this? He gave me a list. I'm going to read it to you. Okay. I want you to write this down. If you get a toddler or infant that's a baby commander, already telling you what to do, already bossing people around, I want you to do these 9 things. Okay. Jesus said, set the baby down and say, I need to talk to you. Okay. Number 1, you're not in charge of anything. You're just a baby. You're a baby and you're not in charge. And you can't be in charge of anything until you learn some things. Here's the things that God wants him to learn. Number 1, he needs to learn to control his temper. Number 2, he needs to learn to manage his emotions. Number 3, he needs to learn to conquer his own fears. Number 4, he needs to learn to verbalize how he feels about things without crying and getting mad. He needs to be able to talk about things, how he feels about things without crying or getting mad. Number 5, he needs to educate himself in the field that he wants to work. He can get a degree. God said if you change his mind, if he get a degree in something and then he decide he doesn't want that anymore, it's not bad to have 3 or 4 master's degrees or 3 or 4 bachelor's degrees or 3 or 4 doctoral degrees before he finishes. But he needs to get an education in the field that he wants to do his life work or his career, because he has to have a job to support a family. Number 6, he needs to learn how to take care of his own self before he gets married. That means he needs to get a job, learn how to pay his own bills, buy his own clothes. He needs to support his own self and manage his own life first properly. Then, number 7, when he does all that, he can get a wife and children, and he's able to teach them how to manage themselves, how to manage, control their temper, their emotions, conquer their fears, verbalize things that they need to say, how they feel, and educate themselves and take care of themselves. When he manages his family and his wife and children obey God, then he's free to preach or start his own business. But until then, till he does these 9 things, he's not the CEO and he's not in charge of anything. Okay.